Squash XLPRO is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Right, welcome back to the PSA SquashGym Summer Open. We've got the first semi-final taking place now, just got underway between ZAC Millar, I'm going to say of Lugden Park, and his teammate, colleague, TEMWA CHILESHE of Lugden Park. And nice lineup too. It's Rod Bannister speaking. I'm being joined here by Joel Ascott, who's just come off court playing a bit of local identity, Alan Bailey, in the semi-final of the plate, which he got through reasonably comfortably. But let's talk first, Joel, about the match last night when we've had a chat about Tim earlier when he came on and commentated, but about ZAC playing Finn last night. It's a bit surprising for me. I thought it was going to go a bit longer, but ZAC ended up grinding back in the fourth, mate.
Yeah, I think he was like, 10-6 down, and Finn, 10-6 up, and just being able to, I think he got 6 points in a row and closed out 12-10, which is, it's strange. I mean, ZAC's pretty uncharacteristic and unorthodox, as you can see, fashion sense wise and also squash wise.
Look, mate. Look, the first thing I think of when I look at ZAC and is that I think of Machu from 660, and he took it. I gave him that bit of banter. I said, mate, you look like the lead singer of 660, and he's taking it. You would take that though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So he's walking around with his guitar at the club, I think, early, trying to get a few autographs and that. Yeah. Is that ZAC? Is that how ZAC would roll?
Yeah, I think ZAC is a bit of a chameleon almost, squash-wise, and off-court, definitely. A bit of a socialite.
Yeah, but I'm liking his look.
That bandana and that beard, it's doing it for you.
He's just a bit of a K-band look.
Yeah.
I
think it suits him.
And the modern, it does suit him, doesn't it?
I think he's a builder now, or he's done his building apprenticeship.
True, yeah, good call. So, I hear you.
So you think he's rocking that. And you can see that, you can see that in the tan as well. He's got these, you've got those tradie kind of tan lines. So spending a lot of time in the sun at the moment.
Mate, and you're talking about Tim's cars before to compare him with Alan Bailey, which is incredible, really, but good call. But ZAC, mate, if you saw him down the street, I'm going to make your call. If you saw him down the street, would you say he's a bloody good squash player?
Yeah. Again, it's just that thing you see it with at all levels of squash. Different sizes, different frames. I mean, James Wilshop's the classic. James Wilshop, Surav Ghosal. You've seen them play each other, 6'4", 5'3", or 4'4", whatever he is. It's probably a bit harsh, 5'6", but there is no body shape that's good for squash. And ZAC is another good example.
Quite a
of
big
that.
unit, right?
Yeah, big unit.
Your rig, quite a big rig.
He gets out of the corners pretty well, doesn't he?
Gets around, yep,
gets
around, right?
Thrashes his body.
On and off the court?
Lots of dives, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of dives.
Won't leave anything on the court too, will he? Oh, that's not bad,
chance.
is it?
That's great touch.
That's not bad,
Those
is
are
it?
the hands.
Look, he's just showing us too, the triple swing. Eh? Is that just an acknowledgement
I think
of how good was that?
A little bit of showboating.
Yeah. How good was that? So what are you expecting in this match, mate? How will this unfold? Look, so I ask most of the lads when they come on and have a bit of banter during the commentary, well, what are you expecting?
These guys have quite a few battles. I know that they're at the Waikato Open recently. Well, not recently, a few months ago. They had like an epic 3-2.
And who got
there's
that?
a lot of shots. Timwa, I think,
got it?
pinched it maybe 11-9, 11-8 in the fifth, something like that. So that, I mean, the average match time with these guys would probably be an hour, to be honest. But you just never know which way it's going to go. I think Timwa's only slightly getting the better of him recently. I don't think ZAC will be too fatigued after yesterday. It was only 3-1. So, I mean...
Yeah, and he would have been pretty pleased to get out the door in 3-1, right? Pretty pleased with that.
Prediction-wise,
bit in the tank.
My prediction's got to be Timwa 3-1. It's a safe bet, I know, but I just feel as though he's
Is that a political bet, like you're a
fence
fence sitter, or do you just think that's just based on form?
I just think that's on form, really.
Yeah.
Just watching all their contests in the last year, I think that's the way they're going at the moment. not that Zac's playing any worse, but TEMWA's just improving every tournament.
So how will Tim's head be going into this? You know, will he be positive or will he just be focusing on his processes, mate? Will he just focus on his processes?
Yeah.
Or hard luck, top of the tin.
This time of year, he's just trying to play a squash and keep the body ticking over. Stay professional and play this last one out. So you can already see some of the exchanges are pretty entertaining.
What I'm noticing,
a lot of
Joel,
angles.
Good call. So that's the difference I noticed. We talked about Matty Nation earlier, right? Plays a great game, hits a really good straight line ball.
Yep.
But these boys are really chopping it around the angles in the court, aren't they? Front and back.
Yeah, a lot of like kind of subtle holds going on, and I find with these guys, they both try and constantly hit that space in a different kind of way. They're not really worried about if it's straight or if it's traditional. They'll just try and hit that space as best they can. And they'll use, whatever trickery they can to...
Interesting, Zach just threw in the filthy boast in and threw his arms in the air and said, why did I do that? And then he did the old, why did I do that again?
Yeah, 2 in a row.
2 in a row boast. Back-to-back boast. You usually see that at about D grade and below, right? The filthy reverse.
Yeah. A couple of reverses being thrown around this tournament.
What, are you saying it at the PSA level or lower?
I'm saying at the PSA level, yeah.
Come on.
Definitely. There was some dirty
Really?
ones last night, yeah.
Yeah. And how'd they go?
Definitely some winners.
Well, the clubby would love that, wouldn't
I
they?
forget who it was, but...
So that'd justify the club player. They're saying, see, it's a real shot.
Oh, yeah, well, anyone can play it.
Right? Oh, that's big call. Big call. Big call, really, from Joe Arscott saying that a reverse boast is like a normal shot. Or justification of it.
I mean, come on, Mohammed Al-Shabaghi, he's renowned for it.
Yeah, but
he brought it into the norm, I think.
True. Okay.
Got to give credit where credit's
scrape
due.
that.
But what I find with Zac is he constantly, just from playing him, he constantly changes his tee position. So 1 minute he'll hunt the volley a lot, and then the next he'll just wait behind, and he's okay with that.
Yeah, no need to do that. Wasn't really in the position to play that volley back there.
That's where it can pay off, what I was just saying. You feel like you have to create something. You feel like you have to force something in. You don't.
And that was exactly that situation, was it? 10 thought he had to go in. He was back behind the tee. The volley wasn't really there. Oh, Zach. It's interesting. Isn't it? What I like about this, though, Joel, the difference is that, like you just said before, too, is that doesn't care where the pillars. He's still gonna unleash it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not just gonna put another one back.
Yeah, no.
He just commits.
He doesn't hold anything back.
Yeah,
He puts all his cards on a table. Within that first 4 or 5 points, he's over to. He's not afraid, which makes for some pretty entertaining viewing. But this is where these two have great contests. Tim loves a boast, loves an angle. So if he gets sucked in, then it gets very interesting. So if he holds his head,
seen a lot of similarities in sort of style of play. I'm not saying technique, but
yeah, I'd say the difference right now is just errors. I think Zac's made about 5 errors this set, and that's where you can't afford that.
The mighty Graham Randolph, one of the coaches who's been around the traps for a while, mate. He'll be doing his error detection analysis on, no doubt, mate. Error detection analysis. Nice 10. Yeah, it's good. Both getting on the ball early. Oh, really?
There we see it again. Just too many errors. He's right in that set, but
11-6 for the first one to 10. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Well, welcome back to the PSA Satellite Closed Tournament at SquashGym Palmerston North in the North Island, New Zealand, and also doubling up as our Summer Open. So, really good few days so far unfolding in front of us here in Palmerston North, which is on the west coast of the North Island in New Zealand. We've got full draws, really doubles up as an end of season tournament for a lot of players, amateur and the pros that are playing. So we've just had a question. I'm Rod Bannister. I'm joined by Joel Arscott. We've just had a question, Joel, on our chat sort of area there. What's that question, mate, and what's the answer?
Yeah, so questions come through. What level these guys, ranking wise, etc. Good question. I mean, you can get a mix of players at the satellite level, which this is. But these boys, both from New Zealand, sitting, I think, Zac's ranking is 199. He's been around that 200 mark for a couple of years now. TEMWA's on, sort of on the rise. Sits around 330, I believe, at the moment, but 307, there you go. Yeah, so, but, you know, these guys, in saying that, TEMWA, you know, beaten ZAC consistently this year. So, I mean, you'd be the judge, really. I'd say both of them are top 200 level.
And Joel, how old's Tim, mate?
Yeah, Tim's 20, fresh 20, second year uni.
Second year out of under-19s, juniors?
Yep.
Second year PSA?
Yeah, first year PSA this year.
PSA?
For the Panda, as we call them.
And Zac, obviously,
Zac's a bit older.
Zac played year 26.
Is he 26, 25?
And Zac did a Comm Games for us last time,
Yep.
did he, on the Gold Coast?
Did
2018?
That's a very good mention. Was on the GC,
Yep.
Commonwealth Games,
Yep.
representative, and the Dubs.
I think he was mixed, wasn't he? Just mixed?
Yeah, I think it was it Amanda? I think
Amanda
so.
Landis
Yeah.
Murphy, left-hander, who Amanda
Yep.
got to the top 30 at one stage there,
Yeah.
mid-30s.
So there's some good level squash on display, that's for sure. But any more questions, fire them through. Great to be back as well, just quietly. You know, great that we can actually compete at the moment.
Look, Joel. I'm like us all. We've all got networks, mates, contacts over the world, and people that I talk to in the likes of particularly in the likes of the UK and Australia. Obviously, where I've been recently, and you know very well that circuit over there. It's mate, they're sort of. I think we take it for granted, Joel.
Yeah,
They're really
for sure.
blown. I mean, they're really blown away, mate. We can sit next to each other here, have a chin wag. You know, have a meal together, and these guys can just play, right? They can just simply play. Life is sort of normal, right?
Yeah, we're very lucky being in New Zealand, kind of secluded, and with the government we've had, very lucky. But yeah, we've seen that in all other parts of the world. Very tough.
Yeah, Yeah, I think. Look, mate, I don't think we realise as a nation, you know, not to go on, but how lucky we are, mate. It's we're just really getting on, right? And
Yeah.
it just shows with you guys actually. The last week you've been, you know, sort of touring around the country doing some stuff and sort of a build up to your PSA as well. So you've had a great week as well, Joel, touring around.
Yeah, it's been wicked. Although it is albeit domestic. Getting around, seeing the local regions, districts, it's bloody wicked, and obviously playing squash, can't beat it. So yeah, very grateful to be able to do that again this year.
So interesting what's unfolding here. It's sort of like, I don't know if it's sort of a bit of a white flag in the second set or a bit of a submission, but Tim's gone out to a 2-8 lead. So what's sort of unfolding in front of us, mate? Any input from yourself?
Yeah, it's again, spoke about this a lot yesterday, but Zac is one of those players, again, very unorthodox, and I think he does it on purpose. But he will often lose the first two sets even, and then all of a sudden turns it around, and very sporadic, I would say.
So don't rest on your laurels if you're playing him.
And TEMWA knows that well and true, not to relax too much, because.
So that second set done, 11-2. Thanks, Briggsy, Nicholas Briggs. I know you, mate, from across the Dutch. So good to see you online, Briggsy. And trust you well, mate. I see you playing a few tournaments over in Aussie, so trust you well.
Getting stuck into his triathlons, that boy.
Is he?
Yep. But we'll be back for the third set very soon.
83 seconds. Welcome back, guys. TEMWA CHILESHE versus ZAC MILLAR in the semi-final of the SquashGym Palmerston North closed men's satellite. 2-love to ZAC MILLAR, and not a bad start from Tim. Sort of accidental a little bit, but a complete roller. And what you call in this set, Joel? 2-love up. Last one was about 33 seconds.
Again, if we're going off body language, you got to go with the Panda, TEMWA. But I never write off Zach. He's a very, very dangerous player. But look, TEMWA's already off to a good start here, so I think he can close this set out.
Excuse me. It's an interesting one, really, isn't it, Joel? You know, from being a player too, quite a dangerous spot to be in sometimes. You know, you're 2 up, you think it's game over, and then you can sort of take the pedal off the metal a bit, and the third set can be a bit dangerous. But look, my call is here is that, yeah, I mean, from body language, energy from Tim, he just wants to get on there and get the business done.
Yeah, very businesslike at the moment, so it's looking in his favour.
Oh, the filthy reverse. Thanks. Card, Ari?
Well, someone just play one more shot. Then you're a phone.
A real quick 4-love in the third set, 2-love to 10. Looking sharp, I must say, Joel. I mean, he's worked his way into this, but looking really light on his feet, looking sharp, isn't he? I think he's hungry.
Hungry is a good word for it.
Off court?
Hungry is a good word for it. Off court
Will
and
he
on
go for a
court.
feed after this?
Mate, he'll be sinking his
Was it a
teeth.
schmack? What
A
did you
schnack.
call it? Yeah.
Schnack.
For
He'll
the
be.
viewers, what's that again? What's a schnack?
Schnack is what I call TEMWA's version of a snack, because it just needs that extra syllable or so in it, because that's how much food he eats.
So it's like a large portion of like Big Macs in the States, which is massive.
Yeah.
So his snack is just
It's
gourmet
more than that.
stuff.
It's a meal.
Right, okay,
It's a meal.
Okay. And what's his drink of choice? So outside of alcohol, I'm not going to talk about alcohol.
Yeah.
What's his drink? What's his go-to?
Oh,
Like, is it like a Powerade or a Zero, or
we've
what's
all
his
been
go-to?
on a bit of a trend at the moment, but he loves. First of all, he loves a hot chocolate.
Loves
the man
not a
has
mocha? Not a mocha?
What he loves a mocha. Okay, he loves coffee, a mocha, a hot chocolate, or a Pepsi Max.
Well, he is quite a hot chocolate though, isn't he?
That's got TEMWA written all
He's
over.
a hot
Yeah.
chocolate himself, really.
Yeah.
He's a
Well
brutal
said.
man.
Oh.
I mean, look at that. Hey, he's a hot chocolate.
No, he earns every single hot chocolate he gets. That's for sure.
Does he? Yeah. Good on him.
How many varieties does he try? Like about 80 different.
No, yeah, for his birthday, I think he got about 8 different types of like chocolate cordial for hot chocolates or something like that. He had about 8 bottles of them, every flavour under the sun, sitting on the kitchen table for like months.
At taxi or no engine. So at this stage of the match, it's like you're feeling pretty good if your team, and Zach's just like, mate, just
Yeah,
happy days.
I think the wheels are
Guys, he gave it to him.
falling off here a little bit.
Wheels or head?
Yeah,
Both.
Good point, both. 10-1. 9 match balls for the Panda to close this one out. Book his place in the final. And there it is. So a professional performance from the teams.
So that's a conclusion, folks, of our first semi-final here in Palmerston North.